Hello, my name is Kathy Walters, and I'm going to be your instructor for HIM 153, Introduction to Pharmacology Online. So what I'd like to do is I'd like to take you through our course website in Moodle and navigate a few things, and then take you through the MindTap Cengage software you'll be using this quarter. So here's the entrance into our course in Moodle. And so we're going to scroll down here, and please start here. You'll be looking at this introduction YouTube. And here's where the syllabus is located, and we'll be going through that in just a moment. But and then here are some MindTap resources, which I will also go through in just a moment. But scrolling down, I just want to kind of acquaint you with a few things. So here is the instructor announcement forum, which is where I will announce when I'm done grading things, or if there's anything that's important that's come up, announcements of any nature related to the course. And this is a forced subscription, so you should get that. Course questions and the student connection forum is just a place for course-related discussion. You might find something interesting, or if you went into an additional resource and you thought something was interesting to share, you can do that. If your concern is of a personal nature, then it's best to email me. And then here is LCC's tutoring services, and then our online courses for me, which is just something if you want to explore what is necessary to do an online course. So there is a weekly setup each week, and I'll go through that in just a minute. And so let's go ahead and first go into the syllabus, which is a must-read. So let's take a look at that. And so here basically is some introduction to the course, and then the course number, CRN, and then my office hours, which are Monday and Wednesday from 1 to 3 p.m. And then I'm located in Building 30, Room 206. And my email address. And feel free to email me. The only thing I ask is please identify your name and the course you're taking, as I have many courses and many students, so it's just helpful for me with regards to getting back to you. And then the next part of the syllabus is the required materials. You can get them either through the Titan bookstore or directly from Cengage. And so, you can get the bundled materials. Some of you are going to maybe want the physical book versus the ebook, but you will need your own access code. All right. And then this is the URL that you'll need for the course, and I also have that on our website in Moodle. And then this is what the introductory screen looks like going in. And then a little bit about what you'll be doing each week. You'll do a quick check, a chapter homework, a chapter test yourself, and a chapter quiz. So those will be things you'll be going through. And then talking a little bit about technical issues. Cengage has great tech support, as well as you have the student help desk at Lane. And then a little bit about instructional methodologies in terms of being sure with online attendance you get on 3 times a week. A little bit about Moodle, academic integrity, and the student code of conduct. And then the links for Tutor Central, library hours, and the student help desk. And again, they can help you with your own device issues and network access issues. A little bit about class participation. And then my late policy. I do not accept late work. So please be mindful of due dates each week. Most weeks, in fact all weeks, primarily are a Sunday evening due date, with the exception of the self-introduction forum in week 1 that you have to get done by Thursday of that first week. And this is just a requirement for LCC attendance. And then a little bit of summary of part 1 of the course, and then part 2. And then my grading policy, which is in adherence with LCC's grading policy. And then online attendance. Just want to speak to that a little bit. Waiting until Sunday evening is not advisable for many reasons. Number 1, you're going to lack command of the subject matter if you give yourself limited time. If you have a question late on Sunday evening, it's likely I'm not going to be able to help you. And then the quizzes and the test yourself do take time, and you want to give yourself adequate time. You do have 2 attempts with unlimited time on the homework. And then lastly, if you run into a tech problem, that's not an excuse on Sunday night for not getting your work done. So please manage your time appropriately. And then down here on the very bottom of the page, it says to scroll to the next pages. And this is where the bulk of the course is listed. The whole course is laid out week by week in terms of what you need to do, all the points. Okay, and so each week, like I said, you'll have quick checks to do. The test yourself is a 1-take, 45 minutes. The chapter quizzes is a 1-take, 60 minutes. And they're all due by 11:59 on Sunday evenings. And then on Monday morning every week at 12:01 a.m. you can get back on to Cengage and see feedback, as well as I take a look at grades and then I post grades, and so I'll be posting that in the instructor announcements. And then at the end of week 2 is the first exam, which is part 1 exam, which you will do in MindTap. That's chapters 1, 2, 3, 5, and 10. And then at the end of week 5 is part 2 exam, that's midterms, and that's chapters 11 through 17. And then during finals week, you have your part 2 exam, and that's chapters 18 through 27. So be sure to look at the syllabus thoroughly. All right, let's go back to our course website in Moodle. And here is what you're going to need as far as logging in to MindTap. This is the course URL that you'll need to use to sign up for the course, and then there's the course key, and then this is also another. Once you've already registered, you can use this login to go right into MindTap. Here is a video of how to log in, so that should be helpful. And then all of this information here are all resources with regards to things that you can utilize. Here's a guide to the MindTap mobile app for your both either iPhone or Android. General references, and then here is the tech support hours, and I can help you with content of the course, but and sometimes I'm going to be able to help you with technical things. However, you know, if your tech issues are related to your own personal device or your internet service provider or your browser choice, I am probably not going to be the one that's going to be able to help you. So you have to contact Cengage Tech Support, and be sure to get a case number when you call in. And lastly, I just want to show you before we go into MindTap how each week will look in Moodle, and they all are set up similarly. So there'll be the chapter title and then the objectives, and then each week I'll have down here everything has to be completed, and this is the end of week 1, April 8th, Sunday. Read the syllabus, create your MindTap account, and then post your introductory form, which I'm going to go through here in just a minute, by April 5th, which is Thursday, by 23:55. And then read chapter 1, and then complete the MindTap activities, and then here I list them. The graded items include Quick Check 1.1 and 1.2, Chapter 1 homework, Chapter 1 test yourself, and Chapter 1 quiz. Same thing here for Chapter 2. And so let's go ahead and go into this self-introduction form for those of you who are not familiar with forms, and I'll go through that just very quickly. So here's what it looks like, and here's some information of what you need to do. So please post to the class forum an introduction of yourself to your colleagues and address the following. Please type your name in the subject text box. Please answer the following questions in the message text box. Why are you taking the course? Your academic goals, your experience with online courses, experience with health information technology and the healthcare system, and anything else about yourself that you wish to share. So all you do here is you click on this Add New Discussion Topic, and then this window comes up. So let me follow these instructions. Please type your name in the subject text box. So here you click right here, okay, and then I'm going to type my name. And then I'm going to click right here in the message text box, and I'm going to answer all the questions. All right, and then I'm going to scroll down to the bottom here, and I'm going to say post to forum. And then you get this congratulatory confirmation, and you still have 30 minutes to edit if you want to go back in. And then what you would do is you would just go back into that, click that form if you wanted to edit anything. So everything will be on Moodle and weekly, and you'll be but you'll be doing your work in MindTap. So let's go ahead and go into MindTap, and this is what it looks like. And right now everything is collapsed. And what I mean by collapsed is you'll see here when you click on this folder, it expands out. All right. So some chapters we're not doing. All right, so for example here, you have the course objectives, which is the very first thing. So if you want to look at that, and it takes a minute to load, you can do that. And anytime you want to go ahead and go back or get out of something, you got these boxes here that are announcements currently. You just come over here, and over here on the right side, and you click this close activity, and that is like a go back button. Okay, so if we go into chapter 1, all right, I'm going to click that, and then that begins to open things up. And so here's check yourself. So every time you want to click on something, it's either going to load or it's going to expand into something else. And like I said in the beginning, it's going to take you, you know, a little bit time for it to buffer and get in, and then you click and start the assignment. And then again, you go over here to the right-hand side, and you just click close to go back to that main screen. Okay? All right. So these count towards grade, orange little elliptical shapes is what you have to do as far as what is required for your grade. And so here, if I click on this, it opens it up. And so again, you have quick check 1.1, and then here I go here to quick check 1.2 for chapter 1. All right. So be sure and make sure you always expand things out. Okay. And then here are the PowerPoint slides that are also loaded in Moodle, and then the chapter homework, which also just loads. So the best thing to do is just keep clicking on things and making sure, if you see a drop down arrow, and so I'm going to get back out of that chapter homework, and I'm going to go back here. Okay, so you know, you'll see where the activities are that you need to make sure that you click further down. Okay, and then here again I have the test yourself, and then the chapter quiz. Okay, and then if I want to get back out, all right, then I just go up here and I click on this arrow, and then it takes me back to the larger view. Okay, so let me just scroll down here really quickly to chapter 10, and I want to just show you that in chapter 10, if I scroll all the way down, there is your part 1 exam, which is at the end of week 2. So we really hit the ground running in weeks 1 and 2. So you're going to be doing, you know, the chapters that are inclusive within the first exam for part 1 is chapters 1, 2, 3, 5, and 10. All right, and this is where the exam is located. All right, so I'm going to go back up here, and I'm going to get back out, and then similarly. If you go down into part 2 and open that up, and then we'll scroll way down here, in chapter 17, and this is also in the syllabus on those end pages, if you go in and go to chapter 17, and you open that up, and you go way down to the bottom, there is your part 2 exam number 1, which is 50 questions. It's 90 seconds each question, so it's 75 minutes. And on these exams, these questions come from the test yourself, so you have seen them before. So I think you'll be comfortable with when you get to the exams and the culminating parts of part 1 and 2, and then there's an exam in week 10 during finals week. So I'm going to click back over here to go back into the main area, and then down below here in chapter 27 is the final exam there. Now that's a little bit longer because it's inclusive of more chapters. It's chapters 18 through 27. Okay? All right, so I've likely forgotten something, but I'm looking forward to the quarter and learning about pharmaceuticals with you, and I look forward to seeing you virtually in a couple of days. All right, thanks.